Trish, and I'm playing Aramanthia, who's a Dragonborn monk.
Catherine?
I'm Catherine. I'm playing Ocarist, who is a sorcerer bard.
Carissa?
Hi, I'm Carissa. I am playing Beelzebub, who is a tiefling healer warlock. And today's snacks are brought to you by apple chips,
Oh, nice.
puffed wheat rounds, and dehydrated mango. Yes. So, not sponsored
And
yet.
Slurpee.
Happy to. And Slurpee, yes.
Yeah.
We were looking for sponsors, so please, that would be great.
Technically, our Slurpees are sponsored by our church. Spencer? And Steve?
I'm Steve. I play a Kenku rogue named Dripper.
All right. So, last time we got together, you guys ended up spending some time in your new hotel eatery, making plans. You hired some people, paid 50 gold for startup costs, and then agreed to travel with Tova, the merchant, who was in the area. Traveled to Tourmaline with her on her dog sleds. The travel was uneventful and fairly quick because of the dog sleds. You discovered in Tourmaline that they were having trouble in their local mine, and you took the job. You've fought your way through portions of the mine. You've run into kobolds doing all kinds of weird stuff. There was a sign near the entrance that said something about how the kobolds own this place now. Hang on, let me scroll back up.
I think it just said Cobalts only.
Yeah, kobolds only. But the writing was suspiciously good. And you just fought a couple of kobolds.
Don't
They
forget
were
the guard dude was kind of shifty, and there's like political machinations in the town.
right. So the guard dude was kind of shifty. You had a conversation with the head of the militia and the speaker, and they didn't seem to be seeing eye to eye. And you are currently hanging out in the dungeon. If you want to find yourself on the map there, Steve, it's in the northeast corner. I think you guys are on that. Yeah. And we have the module for this, and whoever did this, thank you, because all these sight lines, I think, help with immersion.
Yes.
All right.
So poof, I appear at the party?
Yep. Oh, you've been there the whole time.
Oh.
I thought he stayed back with the inn to get it going.
That's true. That's true.
Yes. Dripper's always been here.
Yep.
Come out of the shadows.
I guess that depends. Do you want to cover what you did at the inn, or would you rather be with the party you were there?
Oh, I could go play Valheim. I'll see you guys later. Just kidding. No, I'll play with the party.
He could have
Today's
just
episode almost not brought to you by Valheim. Yep.
Hi, guys.
Strangely enough, it feels like he's been there all along. All right, so you guys are standing in a room. You guys have knocked the table over and kicked it to the side. There are two dead kobolds and a giant rat that they were sort of in the process of maybe thinking about eating. And this way is back to where you came from. You've explored most everything over there. This way looks like it leads further down into the mine.
And there was, yeah, we checked the bodies and there was nothing really on them, right?
Man, Mom and Dad came and went quick. That was nice. All right.
They're
They
gone.
only complained twice.
What?
Yeah. All right. So the mine sort of comes over this way. I'm moving heels. And then this part here actually leads downwards. So I'll move you guys to the next section of the mine where it moves us, where you move to.
Doesn't have the thing that we had last time.
Which thing?
The elevator.
No, this is just a descending corridor that loops around. And it loops back to a cavern with a walkway along one side and a really sort of rickety looking rope with, I think it's got a bucket. 10. Yeah, there's a bucket shuttle. So rope and pulley mechanism that's used to transport miners between two platforms. There's a crank mounted on each platform that you can turn to bring the to move the bucket one way or the other.
Can we look around for more of those cobalts that are damaging things first before we try and cross?
Sure. Roll me a perception check. Oh yeah, they found cobalt saboteurs at one spot. You do not see any kobolds that are underneath damaging anything, but from this direction you hear the sounds of what are probably some creatures.
Do we want to cross or do we want to go over here? Because we could
I'll
probably
cross.
just walk along.
I'll go first.
All right. So Heels steps out in front.
Hang on. When I step here,
Mm-hmm.
I can
You can see
see
someone.
something here. Hey guys, we have friends. And I'm going to tuck myself in here so my party can go by.
Okay. From there, what you could see was a really dusty tunnel, and you saw a larger kobold. He was carrying a threadbare satchel, and he was wearing what looks like a pair of wings. And as he spotted you, he sort of raised his hands and he said, "We mean you no harm. Please don't hurt us."
What language?
Common.
If you
And
mean us no
you're
harm.
used to kobolds. They're kind of screechy.
Yeah.
This guy's smooth like butter.
That's interesting. You mean us no harm, but the last platform, you were trying to destroy it with us on it.
Well, we've been trying to defend ourselves. The town keeps sending people to kill us. We don't have the chance to talk to them.
Well, you kind of took over their mine and limited their employment.
Well, see, this everlasting winter that we're dealing with has made the wilderness very unsafe for my kind. The cold is dulling our wits. We were just looking for a place where we could keep out of this horrible weather. We're willing to work. We won't cause trouble. We just haven't been able to convince anyone from the town to talk to us so we can negotiate.
All right, hang on. Let me get the rest of the group over here. And I call back and say, hey guys, there's somebody who wants to chat to reason. And I'm going to just move in to give them more room.
And you can see sort of behind him what appear to be two other goblins.
You mean
Kobolds.
kobolds?
I mean kobolds. What the heck is that picture? Oh, they're wearing furs. Okay, I see it now. They are sort of cowering near the back of the cave, um, and making sort of distressed, uh, sort of squawks and screeches. Um, they don't seem to speak common. And so he says, We're not interested in fighting. Um, we would rather make peace with the town and be contributing members of society."
Well,
As you're watching him talk, you see that he is on his belt. He has a very threadbare satchel, and his hand is almost constantly resting on it.
I want to just check something here.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Good work. Sure. Yee. There, the two of you are kind of suspicious. Um, Ocarist, there's something off about this dude.
Sorry, give me a second. I must evict a cat.
Yes.
Oh, but she's so pretty.
Yeah, but she's gonna
Hi,
turn
Roar.
Catherine's screen sideways again or something.
Yes.
She already turned airplane mode on and then off with her butt.
It must be Sunday, so I can interrupt Mom.
Hmm. Although she's a fairly active participant in Catherine's classes.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
She also unmuted me while I was unaware, and I was extolling the virtues of her fluffy butt. And yeah, my whole class heard me. It was fantastic.
At least you weren't watching porn.
True. Yeah. Well, and I held my cat up to the camera, and everyone agreed that she did have a rather fantastic fluffy butt. So.
Nice of them.
Okay, so I think we could probably try and broker peace with you, with the town and you.
Are you sure? But this isn't. There's something weird, and
Yeah, you get the feeling that he has some kind of um, ulterior motive for getting to town. You're not sure what. Mhm. Oh,
Thanks, Mom.
hi. That's awesome. As you were. All right. As he's yeah, yep. As he's conversing with you guys, it seems like uh, he's not even aware that he his hand is always sort of touching the threadbare bag, and when he's deeper in thought, he's running his hand across it, almost like a sensory kind of thing. And he says, if you'd be willing to broker peace for me, I would be grateful."
so what's in the bag?
You can see him sort of lean back a little bit, uh, sort of gather himself again. He says, "This is It's an herb bag. I gathered samples of moss and lichen and the shrubberies around the area. No,
I
no
love
elf food.
plants. We should talk.
I'd love to
Um,
see some of the examples of the local flora that you found, because
as
I've
you
been
guys
kind of curious about what grows in this weather.
Yeah. As you guys express interest, his eyes light up and he sort of opens up the bag and he lays out some of the things that he's found. And um, it's a fairly sort of comprehensive collection of the plants in the area, most of which are dead because it's been night for 3 years. Um, with the exceptions of some fairly hardy moss that looks like it was still alive when he grabbed a sample of it. And he sort of um, talks about this stuff with a surprising amount of knowledge. Um, actually, Heels, can I get an intelligence check from you? Yeah. This kobold has somehow had some form of formal horticultural education.
He speaks my lingo.
It's fine. I
Cool.
think they're fairly similar.
So we're chatting back and forth and the effects of low light and no light on plants and getting all in the groove.
Yep. And he's with you. His knowledge of plants is um, strangely uh, developed for a creature that usually lives in dank underground stone burrows.
I'd ask him, how did you get involved in this? What sparked your interest? Because it's unusual. I like it.
Oh, well, I'm glad you like it. I don't see what's unusual with being interested in the hows and whys of the world around one.
Do you know any other kobolds that are like that?
All kobolds are curious about one thing or another. This just happens to be my area of obsession.
I grew up very similar. All right.
Um, and if people want inside checks on that last one, you can go ahead and roll on.
I'm fully believing.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, I'm all in.
yeah.
He is my
Tia,
brother.
not all kobolds are like this. You've never met a kobold this erudite. And growing up around dragons tend to attract kobolds as sort of hangers on, and they like to live close to dragons. And
Well, that's sort of what I was thinking is usually their interests are either pokey stick or ooh, look a dragon, not usually plants. So maybe in that sense he's telling the truth that yeah, they do get an interest, but usually it's a very simple or very they all have the same interest or a similar interest. This is a unique different interest.
The only thing that I'm worried about is he's strangely articulate.
and as you guys sort of continue your conversation, he begins packing the samples back into his bag.
Can I try and lift some of them?
Absolutely. Roll a sleight of hand check. Do, do, do.
13. What's with these low rolls today?
As you're reaching for one of the samples to sort of palm it, he gets the most animated that you've seen him ever. He's like, "No, you mustn't!" And his whole countenance changes for a second, and this sort of cultured, cool exterior just is sort of animalistically angry, almost like when Gollum sort of shifts, um, and then he sort of cools down again. Um, but definitely, he as you were reaching for it, he tried to beat you to it.
All right. That doesn't seem cool to me. I'll roll a second insight check. Nope, it's fine.
Okay, that's a little hinky.
You understand horticultural obsession. That's perfectly reasonable response.
I just had to check, you know.
Mhm. And once that moment has passed, his sort of cultured and collected self sort of reemerges, and he's like, "Yes, so, um,
What do you propose you want to do with the city? How do you want this to work?
oh, I was hoping that they would be willing to take us in. We'd be willing to work for our keep. We just need someplace where we're not constantly exposed to the elements."
Well, I can't promise anything, but we can always ask. What do you guys think?
Dripper wants some of that herb.
Oh, um, for you? The town gets members that are interested in being a part of the community. And my friend kobolds are quite adept at things like digging tunnels and mining. They could be quite helpful here.
Yeah, I thought what you were asking was to have permission to work in these mines for them and live in the mines. I didn't think you wanted into the town.
Oh, I think we would all be more comfortable someplace um, where uh, where there was heat. These mines are still quite cold.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
Are you going to make another try for the bag?
We can't really guarantee anything, but I guess we could ask.
Exactly. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a town diversify its culture and its population. I used to teach
So
about this.
we're just going to ignore the fact that other than this dude, every kobold we've encountered has tried to kill us.
Well, there is that.
We could keep exploring the mine and see what else we can figure out and learn about them first before we make a decision.
I think that is a very solid idea because that is our agreement.
I'm just reminded about the people that were out of town offering us this position, how they were like, they weren't going to do it themselves, but they wanted someone else who didn't know better to go in and do it. Makes me wonder what's going on there too, right?
That's a very good thought with that political jankiness. This being too dangerous, it kind of makes me wonder.
This is just hinky. I'm not There's something off.
As you guys are having this conversation, the creature who introduces himself as Trex, T-Rex without the dash, which I thought was kind of funny. He says, "Of course, things are strange. It's been winter for 3 years. That's causing all kinds of things to change."
Sorry, but who taught you about horticulture? I'm not sure if I remember that I caught a name.
Well, I'm self-taught.
I appreciate somebody who takes that kind of initiative. Plants are so critical to the world.
Mhm.
Why back in Greenwich, my gardens, people they're sought after. People come from all around to see. My grandfather
Mm.
taught me.
Oh, excellent. It's must be nice to have a mentor. I've had to do most of my discovery alone.
Do you have like a book or something?
No, just this bag of samples.
I miss Costco samples so much.
I miss Costco. Anyways, okay, all right. We gotta get this. We gotta get this moving, guys. Let's just take the bag from him.
Or we can go. There's another path. We could go the other path.
Let him into town. He seems kind of shifty, doesn't he?
No,
She means
we could
she
go
means
another
across
path in the cave.
fully.
Here.
And then just have to keep our eye out for super sneaky kobolds who are now going to try and kill us from 2 directions. Although, to be fair, they'd probably be trying to kill us from 2 directions no matter where we went.
Anyways, yeah.
If it was anyone else saying we should just take the bag, I would react to it like a conversation. But you're a Kenku, so you probably didn't just say that.
But you are also the rogue, so you can try if you want to without us having any knowledge of what you're doing.
Yeah, I did already try though, and I failed. I mean,
You can give it another shot. You were trying to lift one of the samples.
so now I'm
And
trying
that
to
didn't
lift
work.
the bag. Is that the bag that he has his hand on right now?
Yep.
Okay, well that's going to be a difficult one. Let's go for it. I'll try and lift the bag.
All right.
Like seriously.
It's all right. His
Can I retroactively bardically inspire him?
Uh, can I just say roll for initiative now?
hang on. Somehow he doesn't notice. You manage to get the bag away, but as you sort of pull the bag away and tuck it out of sight, you start noticing a very strange effect on the creature. There, where before there was one creature, it's almost like there's two. You see, like a couple fingers of a hand sort of pop out spectrally from the kobold's hand, and then sort of drift back in. You see, sort of almost like it's floating. You see like a shoe sort of poke out the side and then flit back in.
Am I tripping balls?
Just he sees it?
No, you guys can all see this.
My friend, what is happening?
And he looks over to you and he says, "Whatever do you mean?"
In
Mm.
Halfling, I am going to say, think he's possessed, because I believe that my brother speaks Halfling. I assume my brother speaks Halfling.
Yeah. As you are communicating that, he reaches down to his belt, um, and starts feeling around for his bag, and he goes,
I
"It's
look at the
gone!"
look at the ceiling, like
And he's looking down on the ground around him, and as he bends down to look, you see what appears to be the face of um, a human, but spectral, that sort of follows a little too slowly.
Huh.
I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm pretty sure that we should probably poke it with a stick. And by stick, I mean sword, and by poke, I mean stab.
I reply back in Halfling. This isn't right. There's something wrong. My friend is not my friend. Good call, Tia.
as uh, as he cannot find the bag, he looks up and he goes, "One of you must have taken it. Return it to me."
Why?
Mhm. He's sort of confused. Yeah. Uh, um, and he sort of turns back to his to the other two kobolds and he says, "Kill them!" And roll initiative, please.
Called it!
We knew what was going to happen.
Oh, I need to bring the thing up. Sorry, guys. This is going to be an interesting fight because it is cramped down here. You're what? Oh yeah, yeah. You have your glaive now. I'm good. I think I'm just gonna have them all act on Trex's turn. Okay. And that is +2. All right. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Dripper heals. I don't have Tia. That's all right.
I waited and then I didn't actually push the button.
You didn't? Why did I see a 21 initiative?
I do have it. I must not have pushed on my person. Sorry.
am I at 16 hit points?
No, you would have long rested. You'd be full.
I thought we fought. I'm also at 17. So
You guys have been fighting. Dripper
He was in town.
Dripper caught up to you guys later.
oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Oh, why did it not? There we go. Tia, what would you like to do?
I am going to use my glaive and hit the guy past my brother.
All right.
That's not good.
That attack misses.
All right, and then I am going to, as a bonus action, use my key point to summon my arms.
Two big dragony arms appear, and you get a punch with them when they pop out. No, okay. And that's basically your turn, unless you want to move.
Can I move here?
Yeah.
Allows other people to get in.
Yeah, you sort of scramble up and over heels, leap off the cave, and land beside Trex. Sill. You can squeeze past. You can't occupy the same square, like you can't stop in the same square as somebody else, but you can squeeze past your own party members. Yeah. That's con 10 feet. Oh wow, that is not a huge range on that. Just barely makes the save. Okay. Trex's turn. Vought is going to step up. Circle step up. Tia swung at him, so Trex is going to take a swing at her. He has a tiny little koboldy dagger, and he's going to stab at you. And so is his buddy next to him. They have pack tactics, so they'll each have advantage on their attacks. Ooh, crit and hit. So Trex hits you with, I think it's just, yeah, it's d4 plus 2. So the critical hit is 9 points of damage. And the other guy stabs you for 4 points of damage. And the last kobold grabs a javelin and chucks it down the hallway at the only person he can see. It heals. That's gonna hit. But the throw is obviously not very good. These creatures are not super strong. But he put his all into this. You take 4 points of piercing damage from the javelin. Dripper, your turn.
Is this area raised at all?
Not particularly. Pretty flat.
Okay, well, I'm gonna like move to here
Mhm.
and try and shoot an arrow around all my buddies.
All right.
I'll bounce it off the wall and then into them.
Okay. And you're shooting at the guy at the front of the line?
Yep.
Okay.
Just give me a second. My character sheet went away. I will add my sneak attack bonus to that because there are people in melee range.
Absolutely. That misses. You fire, trying to bank the arrow so you're not hitting your friends, and it just embeds itself straight into the wall. You put a little too much heat on that. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think I'm okay. I don't think I can do very much more right now.
You could duck up and hide.
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, I'll hide into shadows, I guess.
Okay.
Do you want to roll?
So if you roll me a stealth check as you vanish from sight. Okay. Heals.
All right. I
You
sneezed
got
into my hands, had to go wash it. Sorry. So
you got a javelin sticking out of your shoulder.
I'm more disappointed in him. So I look at him and I'm like, as I cast Hellish Rebuke, and that's at level 2.
Hellish Rebuke is a reaction
Oh,
to
son of a
you're
gun.
taking
It is, though.
damage.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you want to cast Hellish Rebuke against the guy who threw the javelin, that's fine. that would
No.
have happened before the beginning of your turn.
Yeah. No. Then I forgot that it's only a reaction. I'll Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You are close, so that will be at disadvantage because Eldritch Blast is a ranged attack roll.
Is it? Sorry.
Yep. No worries.
Fine. Mind Sliver.
Okay.
I'm really now I'm going like this.
Yeah. Duh. Int save. All right. Rolls an 11,
He fails.
so he takes 2 points of damage, making that you're doing this first blood in this fight. And remind me if
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
next
he will
saving
have to
throw
deduct
is down by 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Anything else you want to do? That was your action.
I will yell at him, liar! Yeah.
Sure.
I could do that. I will definitely remove it out of me because it's just dumb to leave it in.
Yep. That's her bonus action.
Okay, done.
Ocarist.
I looked into the window of your soul and said, bitch.
All right. That's wisdom.
Credit for that beautiful piece of poetry goes to Amanda, because when she found out what I was doing, she wanted to. So
She wanted to help.
She wanted to help, and she came up with that, and I just about died. So.
It's beautiful, but they rolled a 17. -2 is 15, so still made the save.
Who earns?
It's all right. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to inspire Cilici.
All right. So let's see, you are inspired, and that's a D6 to attack rolls or saving throws. Tia.
All right. I am going to use my glaive on Trax.
Okay. Wow, what is happening?
All right, I'm going to use my astral arms and spend my key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So your first, you swing with your glaive, and he nimbly sort of ducks out of the way, and one of the giant dragon arms just smashes him to jelly against the side of the cavern. And what's left standing in his place is a spectral humanoid creature. Its eyes are sort of glowing with amber energy, and I need everybody to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Awesome.
Okay, Tia succeeds. You are immune to fear. Dripper, you're afraid. Cilici, Catella, and Heals have all saved. Ooh. No, too much. Yeah, yeah. Dripper, you feel your body sort of grow a little bit, and all of a sudden there's a little bit of silver on a couple of your feathers. You feel older. Which is terrible for
Yeah, that's
for a Kenku.
yeah, that's not good. That's
You're
like
not sure.
my life.
Yep. And your
I gave
second
a point.
attack.
Sorry.
That's all right. As it's still standing there, you bring your second dragon arm through and hit the creature. Okay, that's good. What kind of damage do your arms
Force.
do again? Okay, it does not have resistance.
Most things don't.
And so you use your spectral arm to punch the ghost. -6. That's its turn. Syl, your turn. Yep. As she punched the kobold, she revealed that um, inhabiting the kobold's body was a spectral creature.
Called it!
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um. Yep. I don't think I'm going to roll a save for that. I'm not going to tell you that, but I'm not going to roll a save. Your your cloud passes through its spectral form and does not seem to do any damage. Okay, I'm going to pop this sheet out and over here. Now that we're fighting, that's what you got. Any bonus action you want to do? Not right now. I There may be one. I think I remember reading something about there's one somewhere.
So we just need to
Uh,
find it.
all right. All right. The ghost drifts towards heels. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please. Oh
I
no.
rolled a 2. Hang on, I gotta see. Is there anything that I can do? No. All right, bring it on.
All right. The ghost drifts into Heels' body and vanishes. And I'll let you know what effect that has on your turn.
Which is next?
This creature scrambles up over the other creature, and we're going to get an attack against Tia. Nope, not that. That. Nope. First attack misses. Second attack is a critical hit. And that would critical hit would be this one. Yeah, 5 points of damage. Tia is
I'm down.
unconscious. That was our doorbell. One of the kids is out walking the dog, and she has trouble opening the doors with her mitts on. Okay. Dripper.
Okay, so we got a ghost, and what are these things? 2 kobolds, right?
2 kobolds. Yeah.
Okay, she's down. Would
Yeah.
I be able to like straddle the body kind of thing if I?
Sure.
Yeah. So I
Yep.
can move past all my buddies, stand on her, whatever body
Yep.
or
Stand over
whatever,
top of her.
and stab at this guy
Sure.
with my dagger.
Yeah.
Because as she was
Now,
going down, you would have heard me gasp.
Yeah.
yeah. You will not get sneak attack because there are technically no allies next to them. None of your allies.
I'm right beside one.
Hmm. I wonder what that means.
Oh,
That hits. Nice. 7 points of damage. The creature is fairly wounded, and sort of throws up his hands in surprise as you cut it. Anything else?
Takes an action. So as a bonus act, or as my bonus action, I disengage and step back.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, it is now Heels'
My turn.
and Heels turns around, grabs the staff over his shoulder, and swings two-handed at Syl.
Rude.
Clocks him.
Bang! Right in the side of the head. But realistically, seeing that one coming would have been kind of hard. Syl, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as Heels knocks you in the side of the head with the staff. Oakrist, your turn.
Do I not get like another chance, like another saving throw at the end of its turn? My turn.
No, ghosts are mean and nasty.
All
There are
right.
ways. There are ways to get them out, but you guys have never run into a ghost that was interested in possessing people. Sorry. I
Damn
hope
me
the party
and my
figures something
love
out
of
soon.
flowers.
Oakrist, what are you up to?
That is a very good question. I'm just going to take my crossbow out and shoot one of the kobolds.
Okay. Yep. That's exactly how much damage you needed to kill the one in the front. I'm just going to throw the body over here at the back of the cave to make things less confusing. Tia, I need a saving throw from you, please. Yep, 1 success. Syl, your turn. Okay, hang on. Okay. Given the level that you guys are, I think I will treat that as giving her another chance at the charisma saving throw. So, Heels, can I have a charisma saving throw, please? No. As you poke her and cast protection from evil, the spirit sort of screams as it's pushed out of her body and floats backwards.
Ha ha! My dad will like that.
All right. That was your action. Anything else you want to do? That was pretty friggin' clutch. Trex is turn. It's got to roll to see if it gets its possession ability back. Yep, it gets it back. I'm gonna rule it can use it next turn. Oh geez, this thing is so nasty. It reaches out with a clawed hand and attacks Heels. That is going to be just a straight attack. Oh, just misses. Let's see what kind of damage it would have done if it had hit, though, because this thing is scary. Okay, does not hit. Does have its. Well, you guys don't know that. Dripper, your turn.
Okay, can I stabilize? Um,
Sure. Make a medicine check.
Arimathea,
Okay, sir.
right? Yeah.
Do you have a healer's kit?
No.
Okay, so make a medicine check with disadvantage. Or does the healer's kit give you advantage?
I think the healer's kit gives you advantage.
Okay.
I can look it up. You want me to look it up?
I'm just thinking.
I
Yeah,
have
you
a
can.
healer's
You
kit.
won't.
Give me a
You
sec.
can just click medicine on your sheet because you probably don't have proficiency, and then it just won't add the proficiency bonus.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I'll look that up while you.
It's just a straight check.
Give me 1 sec. I will pop this into chat because this is the healer's kit.
Stabilize. Okay.
Ah.
Oh wow, that's handy.
Okay, so the medicine kit is I don't need to make a medicine check to stabilize.
Yeah.
So I get just a straight medicine check.
Yep.
Really?
That is not successful. So you're trying to help. You don't think you've made anything worse, but she is still unconscious.
Bonus action. That's my action. So bonus action. I'll hide in shadows in the back there.
Okay. Heals.
All right. Bonus action. I'm going to 2d healing light.
Okay.
5 hit
Nice.
points.
Tia, you're
Awesome.
back to 5 health. As you're lying on the ground with your arms and your legs sort of splayed out, and 2 big giant dragon arms that are laid out on the ground too.
Yep.
Kind of like the Da Vinci painting of a person with the
This not anatomical man, but something like that.
Okay.
And
And you still have an action in heals.
Yes, I'm going to go. Diddle-loo.
That was a wisdom save, right? Intelligence save. Rolled an 18. Does not take damage from your puppet master. Oakrist.
I'm gonna shoot the other kobold with my crossbow because that worked really well last time.
Okay.
Whoops.
Okay, where are you? All right. I would like dex saves from Syl and heals, please.
I am so sorry. I believe you have my statement.
All right. You guys both manage to get out of the way. As you fire your bolt, you see sort of you let out a startled exclamation as your crossbow sort of misfires, and Heels and Syl manage to get out of the way, and the ghost, its eyes sort of widen as the bolt flies straight through its head. You think you may have done some damage to it. It failed its dex save to get out of the way. I believe that's your turn. Would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry,
I
I'm
was
gonna
waiting for the inspirational sneeze. Tia, 5 hit points.
I'm gonna stand up and punch this ghost again and hit it with my glaive again.
All right. As you slash it with the glaive, it passes through. You get the feeling that you're not doing full damage with your glaive attack, and your punch misses. Are you flurrying for a second punch? Oh, okay. All right, that's Tia's turn. Syl. Okay, at the ghost? All right. Sure. Looks like that's going to hit. You, as a paladin, can toss spell slots into your attacks once they have hit, if you want. Okay. You've already used all your spells.
We should kill that kobold so that we.
All right, so the mace flies through. The other kobold sort of scrambles out of the way. You get the feeling like you did some damage, but not as much as you were expecting to. The ghost is going to attempt to possess. Wait, okay. Target is immune to the ghost's possession. All right, so the ghost is going to attempt to possess Tia. Can I get a charisma save, please? The ghost drifts towards you. Your two large dragon hands just shove it off.
I don't think so.
Flies back. And this other kobold is going to. It's been doing pretty good with this dagger. It's going to do an attack. Is this ghost its ally? No, not really. It tries to stab around this ghostly creature and misses, and then it just sort of screeches in terror and runs off backwards into the cave. Tia, you can take an attack of opportunity with
Awesome.
your glaive or with your punch. Your call. As it runs away, you slash it. It's not dead, but it's definitely leaving trails of blood.
I've been doing between 4 and 6 damage this whole time.
Mhm.
This is a D10 weapon, and I've been doing 4 to 6 damage.
You guys have been rolling garbage today. This afternoon. Dripper, your turn.
Hold my beer. I move to here.
Yeah.
And I backstab the ghost.
Yeah, let's see that attack with advantage. That's going to hit. Oh, and your dagger is magical. So you jump behind the ghost, flip your dagger around with a flourish, and just carve down through the back of this spectral creature, and it screams out as your dagger does a tremendous amount of damage to it. I think that was about as much damage as the whole rest of the team has done to it all fight.
Hey, I'm trying here.
It looks like
there was a near max damage hit.
Yeah, that was pretty beautiful. Yep.
It's only a +1.
Yep. The creature's body, it looks like it's having a hard time holding itself together. Heals. Your turn.
I got bonus action and.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna put up my hood.
Mm-hmm.
since I'm so close. And no, I'm going to stay there just to give my party advantage.
Sounds good.
Yeah, never mind.
All right, heels.
All right. I look at it and I see it
Mhm.
flailing away. And I'm like, "Doodle-doo."
Oh, dex save.
Yep.
All right.
Do I need to make a dex save too?
No,
No.
that's a cantrip. So you hold out your hand towards the creature, and a small blue butterfly flies towards it and turns into a spout of holy fire, dealing 6 points of damage. Not weak to it, but also not resistant. Creature's looking really rough. Anything else you'd like to do?
There's a lot that I want to do, but what I can do are two different things. No, I'm good.
Okay. Ugrist, your turn.
Tia, I can ease your pain. Clarity returns. Be well in body, if not in mind.
That's a touch spell.
You do
Technically,
another one.
you could run over behind her.
Let's just say that I did that.
Yeah. Okay.
She could
9
use
more
my.
hit points. Yeah. The edges of your screen stop flashing red.
Thank you.
All right, Tia, your turn.
Awesome. I'm going to attack again.
All right. Swoosh. Actually, I think that the giant dragon arm punches into the center of this creature. It's just barely not alive. It's just barely undead. As the giant fist sort of pushes through. And anything else you want to do? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Syl. Big Mac attack. Mhm. Well, you can throw the hand axe. Yeah, yeah. But that's only on a nat 1. That's the only reason I would make that happen.
Hi,
Yep.
Eva.
All right. The other kobold isn't really any kind of a threat, so I'm gonna treat this as the final attack in this combat. Describe how you kill a ghost with a hand axe. And you see as Syl leans back to throw this hand axe, the hand axe starts to glow. And as it flies through the air, it strikes the creature, and the creature sort of spirals downwards. And on the ground, at where the creature's approximately where the creature's feet were, is a really sort of threadbare bag.
I
Yep.
pick up the bag.
There's another kobold. It jumps out. You guys absolutely slaughter it. Okay. And just give me 2 seconds. I need to do some math. There are 2 javelins that you can pick up if you're interested. And yep, it came from the other kobold that you guys killed. Right. Okay, so that one is all right. In the aftermath of the fight, there are 2 dead kobold bodies, 3 kobold bodies, but one's sort of paced against the wall, and that threadbare bag that's lying on the floor.
I picked up the bag, I said.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I might
Are you-
not have been loud.
Doing anything with said bag?
I'm opening it up.
It is full of plant samples.
It's the plant sample bag, but I suspect they need to be split up.
Oh, actually, sorry. Dripper has that bag. I
Yes.
forgot. So as the axe flies through the creature, the body is sucked straight towards Dripper.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then just vanishes.
I think we should burn the bag.
Let's burn the bag in the open air. Because we all know what happens when you burn weed, right?
Nope, no, I don't know what happens.
Well,
You burn the hempen bag, and everybody in the mine gets high.
No one wants to fight anymore, but they are really hungry.
Sounds like Tuesday night at Catherine's house.
is every day Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Awesome. Thank you.
Well, thankfully,
All right.
paladins are useful for something.
Man, the
Oh,
the other game group I played with last night could have really used a paladin. They fought some creatures that had a disease, and now they have to basically go on a quest to get the disease cured because there's no one in the party that can do that for them.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yep. Anything, but they've got 2 fighters, a rogue, a ranger, and a bard.
seem to be missing a healing class there.
Yeah, the
The
bard
bard
is
is the
doing
healer.
triple duty. Yeah. Yep. All right. So with your plan to burn the bag, I will let you know that yes, burning the bag will mean that this conflict is over. Everybody gets 235 experience because that ghost thing was pretty nasty. And it looks like this this section of the mine is kind of a dead end.
All right, so we're going to have to take the bucket over.
And if you guys had taken that guy back to town, then the ghost would have worked its way through the various people until it was the most politically powerful person in town. So the next time you guys came back, the speaker would have this weird threadbare bag hanging on his belt. Mm, mm. All right. So what are you guys doing now?
We're headed
Taking the
back
bucket, I
towards
think.
the bucket.
Okay.
How far down does it look?
The bucket looks pretty far down.
The bucket is just to get us across, not
Yeah.
down, right?
Yeah, the hole. This is the same hole you guys have run into 2 other times.
I
It looks
yelled
like
down
it.
it.
Sorry?
Echo! I yelled down it. Echo!
Yep. You yell down the hole, and you can hear your voice sort of bouncing from side to side. Um, it goes down quite a ways.
That's deep.
Not a problem. Yep. This is a mine. There's pieces of gravel laying around everywhere.
All right, let's go across. Let's see where else this mine will take us.
All right. So getting across is fairly simple. So long as someone is on one of the platforms, they can turn the little handle and the mechanism goes across.
I said I'd go across, and then I start wheeling everybody across.
Yep. All right. So anyone who wants to can come across to the other side. The first room directly to your south there. Um, as you come across and step off, you see a fossilized skull partially juts out of the eastern wall of this small cave about 5 feet off the ground. The skull has larger than normal eye sockets, a curious ridge between the eyes. Um, no real opening in the skull for anything that would resemble a nose, and 4 small holes where, like where the mouth should be.
I'm gonna pluck it.
All right. So you reach and grab the skull and pull, and it separates from the back half. The bone is old and brittle, and it snaps. And inside, you see um, this.
That's pretty. We should take one of those. Who wants this?
Oh, that is strong.
And as you grab it, let me just have a quick look here.
Wouldn't this fix any of my speech issues?
Basically, yep.
So then he could just think into each of our heads?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As you grab the crystal heals, it starts emitting bright light out to 10 feet.
I say, who
glows.
wants this? Because I think somebody else should have something like this. And I just hold it out.
Is this like something I could just put in a bag and then the light won't be so like revealing?
Possibly, or like an inner pocket in your coat or something. It does require attunement to work.
I'd actually be able to use that to the maximum effect as well. And then use it as a light source as well.
Do you want it?
I'm okay with that.
I'm
You
okay
guys
with it.
that? That fixes any speech issues that we have, as well allows me to scout ahead.
Done. I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right. And there's another room just off to the side there. As you guys enter that room, are you recording the Psi Crystal, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah. How do I?
Is that now?
Yeah.
The real one? Do you need a new one?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Vaughn.
Hi, Vaughn.
I think you might be able to go to the book portion and type it in and drag it onto your sheet.
It's actually in Appendix D magic items already in the notes, journals entry.
So where would I drag that to? Oh,
Can you drag it from the journal onto your character sheet?
I don't know that.
Either way,
The eye should work as well.
that's the compendium. As you guys enter into the other room that's over here, you see sparkling geodes as you enter this cavern. Gems are partially exposed in places, sticking out from the wall like glassy shards. The floor near the eastern wall leaves a natural ridge with stone ramps leading upward on either end. Of all the places that you've seen in the mine, this looks like the richest gem deposit.
Hey, do we want to take any time here? Maybe a little bit of a rest, and
I could
We
definitely
can-
take a rest.
we can pull some gems out for those who don't want the rest. Anybody for mining?
I'll mine.
Okay, who's resting and who's mining?
I'm a miner.
Catherine, are you going to play Song of Rest first before you mine?
I can do that? Sure. It sounds terrible.
Okay.
Is that 6 for
Oh.
everybody?
No, that's just my roll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, anybody who uses hit dice can do that. But if you're
That's
mining,
right.
then you're not resting.
Nope.
All right, so who's mining? So for the first hour, well, you're playing Song of Rest, Catherine. So for the first hour, okay. So each of you, the three of you, managed to pull out, as you're mining over the course of an hour, you pull out a geode. Each of you managed to pull one out. You think it's worth about 10 gold. There seem to be a lot more of these in here. The short rest, it happens that there's nothing really super eventful happening. Are you guys going to continue mining?
What do you think? Couple more of these?
I don't think the payoff's worth the effort.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody add another 10 gold geode to your character sheet.
That's 6.
Are you
Actually,
putting
so far
them
you guys
just
have found
into the
3.
group loot, or
Well, yes, but I've been tracking it just so we remember what we got and when.
because if you're putting into group loot, then I don't want to put one into mine.
Fair enough.
Oh, and you have the bag, right?
Dripper has a bag, and I have a bag of holding. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a rest, so I can attune to the Psi Crystal?
Yes, if you want to. Roll me a D100, please. Dripper. Okay, give me 2 seconds here. Ah.
Well done, guys. Made some gold. Found a thing.
There still appear to be geodes that would be fairly easy to dig out.
All right, I'll stay for 3 hours.
Okay. Is everybody else mining for 3 hours as well? These, yeah, okay. Um, these are fairly close to the surface. It's not a tremendous amount of work, so I'm not thinking con checks. It'll be if you guys stay um for an unreasonably long amount of time, and I would warn you about that ahead of time. So add another 15 geodes. Yep.
So far, I count 21 in total.
Yep. How many can you
It's
guys get? Oh,
210
wow.
gold, friends. This is awesome.
So 3. Okay. Are you still going? You guys are not feeling totally worn out. You're starting to feel like you've worked, but
Yeah, I'm done. I want to
tap out.
go and carry on and see what's going on.
Okay.
So while they were doing that,
Realistically,
I was attuning to this psi crystal that I can't add to my character sheet for some
yeah.
reason. So I copied and pasted it in there and created a new item.
Okay.
I rolled the D100. Did I like die of shock or like blow up or something? Or
Look at your chat in roll 20.
so, what changed?
um that's just a very strong conviction of yours.
I will put that under personality traits.
Yes, please.
I can't wait to find this out. All
Uh,
right.
Realistically, um I think you rolled very, very well. there there are some unpleasant options.
Okay, while everybody's working, I'm, holding out this size stone, looking at it, put the size stone away, or just kind of like rest it there or whatever, and then I start preening and cleaning myself and start making myself, you know, whereas before I was looking a little bit raggedy or whatever, now I'm like,
Shabby.
I'm smoothing out my hair and stuff, or my feathers or whatever and stuff. So yeah.
I cock an eyebrow and I'm like, okay.
Here's my favorite.
Where to now, folks?
Why couldn't it be one of those ones? Why couldn't it be one of those ones?
if if you would rather, for the sake of role playing, you can choose between those 4. All right. So you've done some mining. The 100 gold job that you guys took has paid you an extra 210 gold because of the things that you found, which is
This
nice.
seems to be the end of the mine, though, right?
As far as you know, there's no other place to go in the mine.
Can I search for secret doors or passages?
Sure. Go ahead.
Investigation?
Oh, jeez. You don't find secret doors or passages, but as people are sort of mining and looking around, you end up drifting back towards the where is Dripper right now? Oh, yeah. You end up drifting back towards the central cavern, and you think that there might be some. It looks like a place for some type of climbing tether. Uh,
Okay, so just to make sure,
yeah.
the stone that I got is equivalent to the 8th level mage spell, telepathy.
Yes.
Okay, no. I just have to be clear with the way how I communicate with you guys, right? Because there's different levels of telepathy in there, right? And the 8th level mage spell is there's a reason why it's 8th level. I'm just getting
Well,
clarification of it.
2
So,
seconds. What's the range on the 8th level
Actually, that
telepathy?
doesn't matter because for the 8th level mage spell, it is unlimited. But
Mm,
this thing has a range dependent upon your intelligence score.
yeah, and you're maxed out. You're at 120.
And I would, yeah, I would max out, yeah. Um, Either way, um, so um, I tell Tia in her mind, my presence fills your mind, all right, and like my Dripper's outwards appearance is like meek and shifty eyes almost or whatever, but when his when his presence is in your head, all right, the vision that you have of Dripper is like almost like like the difference between like a ratty crow and a majestic eagle. Okay, like I'm like I'm like an eagle, in your mind,
Hmm.
you know. Anyways, I tell you that there's a climbing pole over here. You should come check it out.
Dripper, is that you?
Yes, it is I,
Okay,
and I
that's
slick my
cool.
hair back. My feathers back.
um, oops. Okay. All right. So you are you heading over to see what he
Yeah.
saw? It looks like at some point there was a path upwards from the bottom of the shaft, which leads down into the darkness that you imagine probably eventually ends up in the Underdark.
Phil, I'm
Hey,
an idiot. Also, by the way, side note: Mage Hand Ledgerman.
Mhm.
When I stole the bag, I didn't have the
Ledgerman.
slide.
Oh,
Ledger.
you didn't have sleight of hand.
No. But
Ledger.
it could have
Ledger.
done it for me. The Mage Hand,
Oh, right.
arcane trickster. Yeah. Anyways,
hey, Sil, do you want to lower me down here? Would you please lower me down? I believe so. Yeah, I've got an explorer's pack. That's got rope.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the equivalent of that spell.
this will be fun.
Okay. So you lower down the rope to the anchor point and roll me a perception check. Look around. There's probably another anchor point, but you can't seem to find it.
Oh, so there's not just another level here where we have to go further?
It looks like at some point there was some type of a climbing aid connected to the side of this thing, but it's not there anymore.
I don't see what's going on. Do you guys want me to go further? How far down are we so far?
You're probably about 30 feet down at this point. You're at the edge of the rope that you have.
I thought it was a 50-foot rope.
Is it a 50-foot rope? Okay, so you're at about 30 feet.
I'm going to try going down to the end of the rope.
Okay, I'll say you can roll me another perception check.
I've been rolling poorly all day.
Yeah, you're not having any trouble supporting her. Yeah, you're pretty sure that there is another anchor point around here somewhere. But from here, looking down, it's really, really far. Like you're not seeing anything that you could stand on anywhere near.
I
Alright.
cast light on a pebble and I drop it down in hopes that the illumination can help her. And that's
Okay.
my way of assisting.
I like it. One more perception check.
That's
That's
a little
better.
better.
Better. It looks like from finding sort of the second anchor point, it looks like whoever sort of designed these, it goes sort of around this large hole as it sinks down into the darkness. You manage to find the second point, and it's about 100 feet from the other anchor point. So with the proper gear, you guys could probably come back here and go down into the Underdark if you wanted.
But we need a lot more gear. Alright,
Yeah.
I'll come back up.
Sure.
Trying to kill my character today.
Okay.
Remember that sex you wanted to have again? Ever?
Ever. Yeah.
As long as it's not between 1 and 105, you're good.
Yep. That's an old joke.
So
Does anyone want to try and help her somehow?
I will try and catch the rope that's slipping out of Silici's hands.
Silas is rock solid. He rolled a 22.
Oh,
He did say that he tied knots in it, so there's a knot at the bottom. Can I just...
So you should have had advantage on that check then. That's much better.
yay!
You terrify yourself as you slide down the rope after you're like, man, this hole doesn't look like it ever ends. And you catch yourself on the knot. And then using your incredible monk agility, you climb back up the rope super fast and stand at the edge going, The notes are anyone who falls into these holes dies. Yeah.
I would be devastated because I'm like, that was my brother!
Yeah. We spent some time putting these
Sorry.
characters together.
That was my sister! I am her brother. She's
All
my
right,
sister.
so
I got this.
there's definitely something down this shaft at some point, but it's really, really far down. Probably sort of an end game kind of thing.
Okay, guys, there's something down there, but we're not going to be able to do that with the equipment we have right now.
Yes.
Do we need to make a note somewhere to come back here?
Yeah, I'll
Sure.
make a note.
So we've cleared out the kobolds then?
As far as you know, yep.
Score.
Alright, well, let's go back and get our reward from the town for clearing out the kobolds.
All right.
Which is like
Uh,
an eighth of the amount of money that we just made hitting rocks with the wall or hitting
Yep.
wall. I don't make a question.
Yeah, we got 100
Yes, you
gold,
did.
and we
Yeah.
have 21
Well, you're getting 50
10
gold. Yeah. And you're getting 50 gold from the town and then a 50 gold gem from from Speaker Matthew.
Yeah.
So heading back through the caves, it's silent. You're not hearing footsteps anywhere. You're pretty sure as you recheck on the way out that you've cleared every corner of this mine. It takes you about a half an hour to get back to town. And as you're coming, there's a small child sort of watching the path who runs off into town. As you reach the edge of town, Speaker Matthew himself sort of comes over and he says, "Well, how did it go?"
We killed the ghost.
Also the
Ghost.
kobolds. Also the kobolds.
Okay.
Or a kobold.
Okay, that's surprising. Did you find my missing miner?
Sadly not.
Oh. Well, where do you think he could have gone?
He could have fallen in the hole.
That's always a possibility, but the miners are really careful about trying not to do that. Did you find anything else in the cave that could have explained his disappearance?
The kobolds had they've been sabotaging a lot of the platforms.
Oh, that's good to know. I'll let the miners know they need to be extra careful.
Yes.
But
Were any of
more
the
extra
platforms?
careful. More extra careful than that guy was, because clearly that was not enough extra careful.
Well,
We
were
did
any of the
find one
platforms actually
skull.
broken?
Well, we didn't know where the platforms were supposed to be originally, so how can we know if any of them were broken?
Well, you probably see like supports that had been carved into the wall.
I was more looking for the kobolds. So.
Oh, okay.
There was one thing
All right.
with a skull that was embedded into the wall, but it was really, really old and brittle.
Oh, okay. I'll ask the miners about that.
Yeah, we pulled the skull off and it snapped, separated, and yeah.
We are terrible archaeologists, and we apologize for the disruption of the remains.
Good. If you've cleared the mine out the way you said you have, then you have more than earned um, your pay. I'm going to send a few of our miners back through to just have a quick look at the mine. But your rooms have been prepared for you. If you don't mind waiting while they explore, then uh, I will pay you for a job well done.
Thank you. No problem. We'll wait.
All right. So you are led to. I don't remember what it's called. Give me 2 seconds.
The blue clam.
Yes, the
blue
beautiful
clam.
blue
Blue
clam.
oyster.
Blue oyster.
Actually, I believe the inn is called the East Side.
Oh yeah, they said that there was another one we were supposed to meet at.
Yep. As you come into the East Side, you see that there are some townsfolk sort of sitting around, sort of a traditional common room. But the only person who appears to be working appears to be some type of teenager. She seems quite young, but she's serving tables. And as she's delivering food and stuff, whenever she sort of loses herself in the work that she's doing, she sings a song.
Oh,
Ahead of winter's wind she came, the lovely woman with no name. Draped in a fur-lined cloak of red, to the icy lake she fled. The wind pursued her all the same, and sure as night she's dead.
That's a beautiful song.
Thank you. As you enter, she sort of finishes singing her song, and then she turns and notices you. Says, "You must be the party that Speaker Matthew spoke of. Um, Rooms have been prepared. I have a meal for you if you'd like to sit."
Sounds great.
And she brings you a meal. It's fairly hearty, definitely fish based. Um, nothing nothing super special about it. And you're served some fairly watered down mead with some strange spices in it. Pretty good. Better than nothing. And as you guys are sitting around, what are you doing?
Well, we have a room.
You haven't been paid yet, but
No, they're going to send the miners. We're waiting here to get paid. Well, they send the miners to double check the work.
yep. As you're sitting around, you hear a conversation at the next table over. There are a couple people who apparently have come in from the neighboring town of Targos, and they're talking about there's a group of people in town who are planning an expedition up the side of Kelvin's cairn. They're hoping to find a Goliath lycanthrope who can transform into a polar bear. He's a sort of legendary figure in the area named Oyaminartok.
Me and my 2 giant glasses of mead think that sounds really cool, and maybe we should go with them.
That sounds like a new adventure for us.
Is that the way Torga's going next?
Let me just check that.
We can
Yes.
catch up to her on her next loot. We should see if she wants to buy our geodes.
That's a good idea.
From your last conversation with Torga, she planned on spending a few days here in Tourmaline, and then she was headed to Targos next,
Well,
which is lucky that
Well,
I
that's
rolled that.
just convenient.
Hmm.
Is there any more trouble in Tremelaine, or have we dealt with it?
As far as you know, you've dealt with it mostly. The only thing that you really haven't dealt with was the hinky politics.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's their business to sort out. I am not in a place to want to take over a town at the moment.
We've already
plenty to
taken
grow.
over an inn. We'll leave the taking over towns to our parents.
Yes, we're thinking smaller and more manageable.
The other thing that you hear sort of buzzing around the bar is apparently there's a group called the Arcane Brotherhood that are trying to take over the 10 towns. Recently, there was a wizard burned at the stake in East Haven who claimed to have been a part of the group. So there's something going on with wizards.
What was the group called?
The Arcane Brotherhood. So the evening passes fairly uneventfully. Next day, are you guys going to go find Targos and sell your geodes?
Well, we're waiting for the speaker to come back and pay us.
Yep.
Oh,
And we need the
He
gem.
said, yeah, he said come back. He would come back.
Mhm.
Unless he's like skipped town and was standing us up.
That would be funny. All right,
I
so you
think
guys,
that if people are dishonest, they should pay.
as you guys have your breakfast, you start wandering around town. You find Speaker Mayhew in conversation with a couple of people, and he finishes his conversation. He turns to you and he says, "Yes, I expect my the miners that I sent. I expect them to come back fairly soon." Oh,
Hi, Mana.
Did we end up getting a map? Did we end up getting our hands on a map?
yes, yeah. You copied one off of the adventurer who sent you after Torgus's bodyguard.
Right. Okay. Good.
So you have just the general Icewind Dale map. I think you have something that probably looks a little bit more like this. I'll just shoot that to you guys in roll 20.
She's so cute. I just want to pinch her cheeks.
Oh, no. Not that. This. I've been looking for a reasonable map to use for myself. And this is... Why is it... Oh. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see the link?
I see the link in the
Okay.
chat. Yeah.
Okay. So that blue thing is just me sending stuff as the GM. Okay.
What's the name of the town that we're in right now? Or
Bremen?
You are currently in Tourmaline.
Tourmaline. That's right.
You started up in Lonelywood, and that's
Yeah.
where your little commercial concern is.
Yes. And now we're in Tourmaline, and there's a 4-hour trip to Targos.
Yeah. So you find Speaker Matthew, and he says, "Yes, I expect my fact-finding expedition to come back closer to the end of the day today. They're doing a fairly thorough search of the mine."
Awesome. I'm going to run an insight check.
Sure.
Once I find my character sheet.
Yep.
Yeah, all's
pretty
good.
straightforward. Kind of hard to read. Ooh.
oops, my bad. Sorry.
No worries. So he sort of agrees that he'll come find you guys in the evening. He says, obviously, I'll arrange an evening stay for you guys again if you're waiting on us.
Is there anything you suggest we do while we're in town today?
Oh, I would recommend looking around, seeing what our fine town has to offer.
We have a bunch of geodes. Does anybody in town buy them?
Generally, we tend to sell those to merchants.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. I just didn't know what your protocol was.
Yeah.
Can we look for some supplies to send back to our inn?
Sure.
Ooh, good
I like
idea.
that plan.
And maybe pay Torga to ship them back there if we don't go back with her? Although the plan is to go back with her, right?
Yes.
Oh well, she's not headed back. She's headed to the next town.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
eventually. She was going to be back within a week, and then we were going to open our inn.
So you wanna look around town to see if you can find anything interesting to send back to the inn.
That's correct.
Okay. Are you sticking together or are you splitting up?
I think we've always found it safer to be together. What do you think?
We're in town. We can either bounce from store to store to store as a group and annoy people because we're a big group, or we can split into 2 groups and cover more ground.
I like that idea. We'll go half and half. Oh, Chris, who
Okay.
do you want to go with?
Yes. I've had like 7 cups of mead, so I'm fairly useless at this point.
It's the morning.
Yes, I know.
Okay, good.
I had a hearty
It's
breakfast.
actually, yeah. Oh, it is morning. It's the next day. So yeah, anyone, you guys should do long rests on your character sheets.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I sort of intend to sit in the inn and see what I can hear, which is a
That's
very,
a smart
very
idea.
thin cover for I definitely just want to drink a whole bunch.
More drinking. Okay. All right. So who's team 1 and who's team 2 that are actually going out?
I'm going out. Anybody else coming with?
Okay.
Okay, then I guess Dripper and I are team 2.
All right. Team 1, roll me a D100. And give me a general idea of what kind of inn stuff you're looking for.
Yes. He is far better than I am. We're going to keep his role.
Okay. So as you're looking around town, you do find a glazier. And the interesting thing about this glazier is they're influenced by the artistic style of Tourmaline. So a lot of the plates feature fanciful like griffins and hippogriffs and sort of wizards casting back darkness. It's um, fairly ornate wares, dishes and servingware that you could buy from this person.
What's the cost?
Let's go with enough to fit out the inn and have a few extras in case of breakages and stuff. Let's say 25-ish gold.
All right.
I did not lose connection, but I lost Catherine and Trish.
Catherine's still there,
Catherine's back.
but
It's
Trish
just
is
Trish
still
that's having
frozen.
some computer issues. Here she comes. Yay, you're
Yay!
back.
Sorry, I tried to send me back in 3 times. It didn't work. I had to do it myself.
So yeah, you found dishes. You can outfit your inn fairly well for the foreseeable future for about 25 gold. Okay.
Excellent.
Team
What?
2, what are you guys looking for? Did you? Sorry, Team 1, did you spend the 25 gold?
I don't know if I have that kind of money on me. Hang on. I have 24 gold.
Okay. Are you bartering with this person?
Yes. They're going to deliver it.
I think for 25 gold, I think they'll deliver it, or they'll arrange to have it delivered. Okay.
All right. At least enough to cover costs and a little bit of income, but they'll get the bigger bonus once we get it.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll take out 14 gold.
All right. Team 2, what are you guys looking for?
I think we should be looking for foodstuffs, right? We had alcohol, but we didn't have any food. So why don't we look for flour and stuff to make bread and stuff to make sugar and baking supplies,
Okay.
cooking supplies. Unless you can think of something, Dripper.
I wouldn't mind some
Okay.
new clothes. Something a little bit more snazzy than my peasant outfit there that I have on.
Although, do we have access to corn if things are... Sorry?
All right, so each of you roll me a D100. All right, Tia, there hasn't been a growing season really of any kind, and there's not a lot of trade that you're aware of. Those types of goods that you're looking for are really hard to find. Um, what you do find is sort of people's own sort of private stashes that they're willing to sell, but the prices are really high.
Ooh, okay.
I bet you in
Um,
weather like this, people are on like a heavy protein diet, right? Hunting, meat, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
lots of fish, as you
We
guys
got
are.
fish back at the other place and
Yeah.
moose back at the other place, but we don't really have a lot else.
I mean, the other thing that that you would be able to find fairly simply would be anything that you can eat sort of out of the forest. But you were already served forest type foods in the previous town. You had a bunch of fiddleheads that they were serving you, but the fiddleheads tasted kind of older.
Like fiddleheads. I don't know if you've
Like
ever had
fiddleheads,
fiddleheads, but
not good.
I'm from New Brunswick, so there's there's fiddleheads everywhere. They taste like weeds.
Yeah. Dripper, you don't find an official clothier, but you do find a couple of people around town who are dressed um, sort of better than the rest, and you inquire as to them, and they direct you to a private tailor's shop.
Nice,
Ooh,
nice.
oh yeah. What's there? What are you looking for?
Something a little bit more fancier, to preen myself up a bit.
I've got some embroidery thread. Can help with whatever.
Yeah, most of the inns in this area have wood burning fireplaces. Is that a like ring of warmth or something? Ah. Uh,
Also looking for an alchemy jug.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, and then there's the cold weather gear. Sorry, I'm just figuring out what the uh, improved clothes would cost. Wilderness survival. Dang it. Okay. So yeah, you can get much fancier cold weather clothing for about 20 gold. This would have sort of like metal thread embroidery on it, sort of gold and silver and that kind of stuff. And in this town, it would also have very small gems incorporated into it.
Ooh,
So like
shiny. I like
yeah,
that.
so picture like something Elvis or Elton John would have worn.
Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. Goes with my image.
Bejeweled.
Yep.
Phil, I rolled a
How
51 on
about
finding an
seeds?
alchemy jug.
An alchemy jug. Okay. As you guys are asking around, there don't seem to be a lot of people offering magic or magical items. They do tell you that most of that you're going to find in the area you'll find in Bryn Shander. That's sort of the larger metropolis.
Phil,
Yep.
some vegetables grow in cold weather. I guess I don't know that they grow without light. But can we build some sort of um, rooftop garden or something? I don't know.
Maybe you'd have to deal with the light issue.
But
Well,
there are
but we have magic users that can cast light already, so we just need to be able to find a way to enhance that, right?
Hmm. Although I don't know how well plants grow from torchlight. I think they need full spectrum
Yeah, but
sunlight.
sooner or later, someone will be able to get a daylight spell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't there are probably magic users somewhere in this area that could rig up a pretty good daylight spell in small doses? I don't know.
Even if it has to be indoors so that
like a
whoever's
greenhouse.
causing the problems doesn't destroy it. Can we use
Mhm.
part of the basement to have a grow up?
Probably. Uh, but you'd have to find a magic user of that strength, and there don't seem to be very many magic users in this town.
No, but we can keep that in
Oh,
mind as we're working on it.
I was just gonna say I know a guy who's a
You
very
know a guy.
powerful magic user.
Hmm. Do I know who you're talking about?
Risto Mythfeller.
Oh, right, you do. Yes, he's very powerful. He's gonna come help you guys with a level 3 daylight spell. That'd be interesting. I'm wondering. I'm not. I'm going to stop saying that because that's spoilers. All right. So as you guys get back together, you guys notice that Dripper is decked out, beautifully dressed. Did you buy anything while you were there, dear?
I just got a hat pin.
Okay. 1 or 2 gold.
One sound.
Hey, where did you get your outfit? That's gorgeous. We were just thinking we were gonna look for some materials for the inn.
Yet again, the presence of Dripper fills your mind, and it is like a glorious eagle standing in front of you, just buff, just like chest out, whole 9 yards, slick back hair. Everything about him is perfect. And he says, "At the store."
Was that you, Dripper?
See you later, Phil.
Rage quit.
Sorry, I was trying to send you guys a picture. This is what I'm picturing as Dripper talks to you guys.
Okay.
It's in the Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
With his fancy clothes.
Yep.
You
So
should you should have
for
tried to
anyone
get
who's
a grab of him from his part in Muppet Christmas Carol. That would have been
or Muppet Treasure Island.
ooh, that too.
Here, how about this one? This one's even better. With a fancy hat. For anyone who's watching, we're I'm sharing pictures of Sam the eagle from the Muppets. Okay.
Are you showing it with our Valheim dedicated server password?
That's right. It will probably have changed by the time this gets any traction.
I just see Sam the Eagle.
You may have some guests.
Uh-huh. That would be.
Okay.
You can't get in. You keep it knocking, but you can't get in.
All right.
Nice.
Beautiful. All right.
So my understanding was Dripper did not tell the other people where to find the tailor.
No, I said at the store.
Okay, and gave
You're just
mental
like,
directions.
yeah, mental directions with like streets going down the way, like you know exactly where it is, and pretty much everything I saw on the way down.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna say, hey, do you want to go to the store and look for fabrics, or should we carry on?
Yeah.
Steve needs to be done right at 6 o'clock, so we only have 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think a break is
Do we want to break?
no,
Break,
we're
or
good.
do we
45 minutes is fine.
Actually, if
carry on?
yeah, if you guys want, we're actually at a point where this is a fairly natural breaking point, and we could come back to this next week.
Yeah, we
It'll
could
work.
call
in-
it.
Give Steve an extra 45 minutes.
It's Valentine's Day, my wife, girl stuff,
But,
So I wanna
we
go to
can
the-
remind her next week that we gave her an extra 45 minutes this week.
Give and take. Yeah.
You're only saying that because you're on the other side of a webcam and she cannot smack you upside the head.
It's true. Although Trish could.
Trish
Yeah.
is frozen again.
Trish is frozen again.
All right.
I do have a question. When I make it to
Yeah,
the fabric
she's-
shop, do I find fabrics? And how much are they going to cost us?
This is a specialized tailor, so he does have fabrics, but not tremendously large quantities. So depend what you were trying to have him make for you.
Some tablecloths, some linens. Just trying to think, what else would we want? Maybe some nice towels.
So he doesn't seem particularly interested in making towels, but he would make some sort of presentation style, like table runners and stuff like that. If you
Yeah,
wanted,
like that kind of stuff.
yeah, it would be fairly high end, fairly yeah.
Opulent.
Yeah. Trish says you could buy cheaper.
All right, we will. We'll put that one on hold. But I do ask for a nice scarf.
Not a problem. He sells you an incredibly ornate scarf for 2 gold. It's got gems woven into it. There's sort of a griffin feather motif in gold.
Love it.
All right. End of the day comes. You are paid your 50 gold, and you get a 50 gold gem. He says, "Thank you for your good work." Torga finds you guys, and she says, "We're ready to travel the next day."
Yep.
So when we come back, we'll do the travel to the next town.
Okay,
Sound good?
and we'll deal with the selling of the whatchamacallits, the geodes,
Yep.
next time.
All right. May see you guys again in a few minutes if Trish convinces me that we absolutely have to buy the Valheim game.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks for
See you next week.
Yep.
Same back time,
Thanks for
same bad
coming.
channel.
Well, proper bat time, not half an hour late bat channel.
Yes, that's what she said.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.